Hi, Stitchers.
Hi,
I'm Laura.
and I'm Keisha, and we are the Pattern Queens. And welcome to today's episode, Special Stitch with Us, number 28. Today is Sunday, November 13th, and this is a channel about cross stitch.
And friendship and silliness and rambles, and about the fact that even after you talk about who says what first, you still wait for the other person to say things first.
That's right. So I don't know if you've noticed, and it's been a long time since we've done a Stitch with Us, but I always introduce myself first on regular videos, and Laura introduces herself first on Stitch with Us. But it's also earlier than we usually film, so give us a little bit of grace. We have less coffee in us.
Yes. Uh,
So do you want to show what we're working on, and then we can jump into the conversation? That way we
sure.
can
I am working on Bountiful from You and I and Friends.
start.
They used to have what they called the Black Sheep Club, and we would go I think every other month. I don't think it was an every month club, and we would get a whole little kit. So this is how far I am. And I just put the little stem on top a couple of minutes ago so that I would know exactly where I am. And this is on, I don't know if it says it. I don't think it does. They don't normally tell us, but
Mhm.
anyway, it's an old kit, kind of fun.
Nice. I'm working on, and this was actually a new start last week, so you guys haven't seen this yet. I'm working on Halloween at Granny's from Carolyn Manning,
This is so pretty.
and this is on a piece of 32 count espresso linen from Wichelt. And I've already done one square, so I've come down. So what I'm working on today is this one here.
Ooh,
So
fun. These are going to show up so pretty.
I know I'm so excited about this color of linen. And this is what's recommended. It recommended this or black. So I am stitching this exactly as charted, 2 strands on 32 count. I'm really liking it so far.
And yours is espresso bean, so it's more of a brown. Is that right? Or
Yeah,
just
it's
espresso?
espresso, so this is pretty close. It's a pretty dark brown.
I like the not quite black fabrics, because
Yes.
I did the really dark blue for Cancer that I stitched. Oh,
Mhm.
yeah, right there.
Right.
That's actually kind of a navy. And I don't know, I just kind of like the not quite black fabrics.
Mhm. I have a piece of a slate here next to me. I'll show that real quick. I was going to use it for a this is a piece of slate from Zweigert. I really like this color a
Ooh.
lot too. I was going to use that for a Halloween project that I didn't get to, but now I have other plans for it. But I can't say what the other plans are because it's secret stash right now. but,
Ooh.
um, but yeah, so I really like dark, not quite black fabrics as well. They really make things pop, especially if you have a really colorful piece.
Mm-hmm. I just took a peek, and this kit is from 1998.
Ah,
I do know that someone had bought the rights to the You and I and Friends charts, so this
mm,
might be one you could still find, but I wouldn't guarantee it.
right.
This is probably one of my oldest projects.
Yeah. Isn't it weird just what you have just lying around that you got at one point from something? And you're like, oh yeah, that project.
And I didn't even start this until just a couple of years ago. And
Mhm.
obviously, I didn't get much done on it,
Right.
which is terrible because I like all of these kits that they gave us. You and I and Friends had a really fun, quirky style that I'm just really drawn to, probably more
Mhm.
now than I was when I got them.
Well, that's good. See, hold on to it and maybe you'll come around to it a little bit more.
Everything old is new again, right?
Right, right. I know. So I know that you've probably lived through this as well, but a lot of the things that were in fashion when I was in middle school and high school have finally come around again. And I'm like, oh no, no, those were terrible choices. Those were
I know.
terrible choices when I made them. Don't do that.
I watch
Uh,
kids come in at school and I think, no, no, we are not going back to that.
oh, we forgot to welcome you all. Welcome. Hi, here we are. We're stitching. This is our
Yeah.
craziness.
This
If
is
you're new
kind of the
here,
norm. Yeah.
yeah, if you're new here, thanks for jumping in on this one. We just kind of chat for about an hour and stitch and then show you our progress at the end of it. Um, Usually we do just normal Flosstube videos where we show you our haul and our whips and all that kind of thing, but every once in a while we do this. And if you've been here for a while, and you know that it's been a long time since we sat down for one of these.
Hmm. My
How
lighting
was
is not fabulous this morning. I can tell. I have lots of shadows, unless I lean way back here.
Oh, see, I have really good. I turned on my overhead light in this room, but I sit. The laptop is right in front of a window, so I've got a lot of really good natural light right now, which
I'm
is nice.
I'm sitting next to the window. Really, if I would sit in my office chair, I could face the picture window and that would be really bright. But I don't know how that would be. The view behind me would not be as fun.
Ah, well, see, I was telling Laura this is our office. It's kind of a catch-all room every once in a while, so we have some beach toys you can see there. If you need a crab to dig out some sand, we got you. And then a little baby seat if you have a kid who's not quite sitting up all the way yet. Mine is past that stage, so that's how it ended up in this room. So how has your week been, Laura?
It was quick. We are working hard. I am part of the Black Needle Society, and we are working hard at packaging to get everything ready. Yesterday, we packed the November box, and the big blessing is that right as we were finishing, UPS showed up. I mean, he showed up and we probably had 30 or 35 boxes left, and he said, I'm not in any hurry. And we just kicked it into high gear. And while he was loading the other ones out onto the truck, we finished up and got everything out. So the blessing there is that normally we would have to stay and wait for them to come. And our
Right.
window was actually noon to 3, and he showed up early at the early end of it, and thank goodness we were ready. And then tomorrow after school, we will pack the nice list.
Ooh, that's so exciting. I would like to show you a nice list picture because I helped with some of the packing. Uh, so here's some of the packing of the nice list box. It doesn't give anything away, but except for that we had to get creative in our house. And so we had to put some of the things in a baby wipes box. But there's my toddler for scale.
And that's just, I think you had 3 items at that point,
Uh-huh.
right? Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, because I'd already passed off one. So
So when we finish today, my project right now is stickering the cards.
ooh.
Um, you get scratch off cards. So they
Mhm.
actually come, this is kind of fun. I'm gonna rattle for a minute. They actually come as stickers.
Yes.
And I sit and sticker each and every square of the of the cards
Mhm.
so that they are ready to go. And I just have some to finish up. It's not too bad. And I'm a football junkie, so it's kind of the perfect time to do it. Jeff and I will sit and watch football and I'll sticker. So
We had an item that we got to put stickers on, and um, James, my 2-year-old, had the very best time doing that. He didn't actually put the stickers on, but he handed me the boxes, and I put the sticker on, and then we put the boxes back in the big box that they came in, and he had the best time, and we whipped through that so quickly. And so as part of the tax for helping out, James got to keep all of the extra stickers. um, so we just have a roll of stickers in our house because he doesn't really care what the stickers are. He just likes that they're stickers. And he'll look at that roll of stickers every once in a while and he'll go, "More boxes?" And I'm like, "Oh no, we don't have any more boxes, buddy." And he'll go, "Katie and Laura's?" And I'm like, "They came and got them. Do you remember?" And then he goes, "Yeah." But then he asks about it the next day, usually. So
Now
he's
they're
ready to be put to work.
James's. Yeah, that's so funny. He really does like to do all the things.
Yeah, he does. He's just so funny. Like we whenever I was getting this project ready and I had some floss to put in my floss away bags, he came over and he goes, "Mommy's floss?" And I go, "Yes." And he goes, "I have it?" And I'm like, "Oh no, you can't have this, buddy." And he goes, "Mommy's."
That mommy.
I know, I've ruined his fun.
He's so funny.
It's just so it's just funny to me that like he knows the name of all the things. I'm really going to be a little bit heartbroken if he doesn't want to at least try cross stitching when he's a little bit older.
And those of you who enjoyed the daily unboxings last year of the nice list with Keisha and James should look forward to,
Yeah,
hopefully, an
right.
unboxing because James will have his own advent box.
Not a stitchy one, but we will have an advent box from Miss Katie and Miss Laura for James to open up alongside the Black Needle Society one. So we'll have a lot of fun with that, I'm sure.
They will be quite different, so it should be fun. And I'm not going
Oh,
to spoil the surprise of what it will be. Keisha
yes.
already knows, but I won't
I,
spoil it for you guys.
it'll be fun. It's been fun to do that because it really became out of necessity. I would film them in the morning before I went to work, just because this time of year is busy time at work for my husband. So I would just be like, "Okay, well, we have a couple of minutes before, well, at one point before Katie came over to watch James, and then before he went to daycare, and we would just sit and we would do it then." So I'm not sure if that's the same time that we will do it now, but I now have like James as like a 5-month-old, and then James as, a 1.5-year old, and now we'll have him as a 2.5-year-old putting up things. And then I have to make sure that I keep all of the things because he likes to take them away, especially if they're magnetic. So we'll see if there's anything, ugh, or anything that's colorful, or anything that looks like floss, or just gonna take all of my stuff.
Just all of the things, right?
I have to follow behind him to after he goes to bed to make sure that I get all of my stuff back. Well, I have a couple of fun questions. Actually, Laura found the fun questions because we kind of planned to do this toward the last minute, but I will ask the fun questions that Laura found.
But Keisha gets to choose which ones because
I,
I don't know how many are actually on that list, but it's hundreds.
mhm.
So
Oh yeah, no, it's a lot, and I haven't looked too much at them. So, um, we're gonna go under a category called awkward weird icebreaker questions, and we'll see what we do. So, what's the weirdest food you've ever eaten?
Ooh. Okay, so I love to cruise,
Mhm,
and for a while Carnival was doing, I don't know if they still do this, they were doing what they call a did ya, as in did you
mhm.
ever try? And so I think probably the weirdest food would be there. And I tried crocodile.
Ah, yes. I've also tried crocodile on or alligator on a
Was it alligator? Okay.
uh-huh, on a Carnival cruise. I think outside of that, I mean, I'm kind of a try anything, and if it's on the menu and it's something that I haven't had before, I'll usually try it. Um, so I've had escargot before.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's one that I will not try.
See, it wasn't bad. Have you ever had like mussels?
I don't think I have.
So I feel like they're kind of close to that. Um, they were bad. I mean, it's all in the preparation. Cook things with enough butter and garlic, and they'll probably be good. So it was at a French restaurant that my husband and I went to when we were dating, and we both are like, try all the things, have all the experiences. So I think that might be, I guess, the weirdest thing I've ever eaten. I've had a lot of really good vegan food, just like this is meatloaf, but it's actually made from ground up nuts, and things like that, um, which isn't weird, but is interesting.
Right. I have Jeff right now. We knew that we liked black bean burgers, but
Hmm.
I have him hooked right now on the black bean burgers from the Hungry Root box. And
Hmm.
every week when we're editing the box, editing our groceries, he's like, put more black bean burgers in. So
Hmm.
that's good. We just have those, and they are
Yes,
very,
I love.
very good from there.
Yeah, I like a good black bean burger. My friend that I lived with right after I got out of college, well, and while I was in college, but she didn't make them until after college, would make black bean burgers every once in a while, and they were really good, as long as you weren't like expecting them to taste like hamburgers.
Right. They have kind of the feel of it,
Hmm.
but a lot
It's
more.
like peanuts.
It's like a very flavorful burger if you've never had that before.
So yeah, so pretty much, I will. If you give me some food, I'm probably gonna try it. I am adventurous that way. I have my foods that I do not like, but
I
it
have
doesn't.
watched the Indiana Jones movies and thought, oh, I don't think I could try that.
I don't know that I could eat a monkey brain right out of a monkey head. Um, but maybe if you prepared it a different way, because there are some people who eat all parts of the animal, and that makes sense. Why would you waste?
Hmm.
Like I've had cow tongue before, um, and other things like that, which I don't think. I mean, depending on where you live and what culture you're part of, that's not weird at all. Um, but yeah, so I'm a good food buddy. I'm pretty much up for anything. Unless you take me to a restaurant that serves exclusively peas. I'm not good for that. I'm not your friend for the pea restaurant. But I'm your friend for almost any other restaurant. Okay. What currently is your cell phone wallpaper?
Give me 3 stitches here because I'm
Okay.
counting.
I can show you what mine is.
Okay.
My current is, oh, well, except for it wanted to show news in the middle of me trying to show you that. It's this picture of family and I from Worlds of Fun, which is the theme park here in Kansas City. And we went and we were supposed to do scary faces. So that's my cell phone. Well, that's like my home screen. My lock screen just cycles through pictures of James. So there's him in the hamper, and it just cycles through a bunch of different ones. So it's different every time I look at it.
My lock screen is my two beautiful girls. Oh, there it went. Come on. There we go.
So nice.
And then my home screen, let me see if I can get over far enough that you can like actually see it. Yeah, no, you're going to see it with all of my apps on it. Oh, I know. I'll move an app over and then there'll only be one. There we
You'll
go.
look at your phone later and be like, why is there only one app on this page?
I will. So this is a picture that Katie took, and it's things from my mother.
Oh, that's so sweet.
So I love it. So this is a handkerchief back here and a book that she had, and then this necklace she gave Katie. It's very sweet. But you know, Katie does beautiful photos. And I've always just thought this is such a nice, well composed picture. And to have things that are my mother's back there are just lovely. So,
Yeah. A nice picture, but sentimental too.
yes. And if you watch, Katie has been on, she's been on both the Black Needle and especially on Love You More, making reels. And she is having so much fun finding silly music to put with them. And she then she just is doing things like this week. The thing was that all of the Christmas sleeves were dancing, and she had music for the Sugar Plum Fairy playing in the background. It was kind of fun because this week's sleeves were all animals. And so then the animals are dancing. Tiger came and jumped back up.
Got another cat in your lap. I've been listening for concerning sounds from outside of this room, and I haven't heard any yet. James was offered the chance to watch something on TV, but he didn't know what he wanted to watch. We asked, what do you want to watch? And he goes, I don't know. So I cycled through all of the shows that he has been liking lately, and he didn't want to watch any of them. So I said, do you just want to go play in your room? And he goes, yeah. So him and my husband are playing in his room.
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Which usually means there's some sort of yell or something. Because he gets really into all of the play.
And something interesting usually is being yelled that you have to try and figure out.
Generally, it's either something interesting or he's yelling, crash, crash. He has a little lawnmower. He has miscellaneous like walking toys from whenever he was younger that you just push, and they have wheels, and he likes to crash into things. And of course, he's not strong enough to really hurt anything. And the best thing is there's a rocking chair in his room. So I usually like bring my legs up into the chair, just how I usually sit anyway. And then he'll come and he'll crash into the chair. And so I make a big show of it, like flying back, the rocking chair flying back. And I get lots and lots of giggles. And then he wants to do it again. So that's probably what they're doing. Or my poor husband is trying to build him something really nice with his blocks, and James is going to just run right into it. That's probably what's going on. Let's see. If you could have an unlimited supply of one thing for the rest of your life, what would it be? Not cross stitch.
Oh man.
That's a gimme.
We all knew that, right?
Mhm.
An unlimited supply of one thing. Maybe Albanese gummy bears, and then I would be big as a house.
You could just scoot some right over here because my boy loves those as well. Well, we all do.
They're so good. Um,
So good.
I the obvious answer is like an unlimited supply of cash, right?
Right.
So that you could then have an unlimited supply of anything else that you wanted.
Right. Right. Or an unlimited supply of time. That would be nice too, right?
Oh, yes. And yes. The cash thing would be lovely because it would open up so many different things. Like I would stop working. I love my job, but I would
Mhm.
stop working and use my time for other things.
Right.
More things would develop and grow because I had more time. So I guess
Right.
those all go together, don't they?
Yeah. I think my silly answer is yogurt.
There you
Um,
go.
yogurt or applesauce because James goes through more yogurt than any person I've ever known. And and I wonder if it's just because yogurt is delicious or if it's because I had to eat like 2 things of yogurt a day when I was pregnant with him. So, because I like Greek yogurt because it was good protein, and for a little bit, it was, like, all I could really stomach, and the doctors told me that I had to have a protein-filled snack before bed,
Oh,
and so sometimes all I could get was, like, a cup of Greek yogurt. So but anyway, yogurt is his very favorite thing in the whole world. Um, but I'd probably go with free time. I just don't have a whole lot of free time.
mm-hmm.
Like to have more time to spend with my boy and with my husband and just like some time for myself. There's just not enough hours in the day for all the things.
So let's be clear. When Powerball was big this week, we told
Mhm.
Keisha that if we won the Powerball, that we were going to immediately hire Keisha and her husband, and they would just be in charge of all of the stuff. Like Keisha
Mhm.
would be the wealth management person, and we would put Timothy in charge of all of the comings and goings of the Black Needle boxes because there's no end to those.
Right.
That would still go on, and yes,
And James obviously is going to be your head stickerer. Um,
yes.
I know that you didn't say that you're going to hire him as that, but I'll make sure he puts in his application.
Well, and I think we decided that you would probably be in charge of hiring and firing. So,
Oh, okay. Well, nepotism at the highest levels. These questions are fun. I'm
Yeah,
trying to
I
get.
thought there were some interesting ones in there and in different categories, and it's a huge
Mhm.
list.
Yes. There's just so many. I'm trying to find like good ones for good discussion. Hmm. Oh man. Okay. I've just got to pick one. Would you rather live in the ocean or on the moon?
Oh, I think I'd rather live in the ocean.
Ah,
I'm a water person.
yes. See, I think so too because we don't know of any other life on the moon, so it seems like it'd get really lonely.
When they
No.
say in the ocean, that makes an interesting thing because I don't know that I would like being cooped up in either place inside a vehicle,
Right.
a vessel,
Yeah.
whatever.
be interesting because you'd have to live in some sort of bubble under the ocean
Mhm.
so you could breathe, and presumably you'd have a spacesuit and could walk around and stuff like that in the on the moon. Hmm.
I love how our brains go to different things because I wasn't thinking about a fixed, um, like you said, a bubble. So I wasn't
Uh-huh.
thinking about a fixed community.
Oh, you're thinking about just traveling around in the ocean,
Right. Like
or that you could
currently,
breathe.
what we would have to do.
Mhm. Oh, no, I'm thinking a full-on uh, sci-fi. There's a bubble in the middle of the ocean where there's a city. It's funny how our brains go to different things.
Hmm. So that's kind of a, would you rather look at water all day or outer space?
Right. Ooh, here's an interesting one. Would you rather be the funniest person in the room or the smartest person in the room?
Wow. That's a little thought provoking.
Mhm.
The funniest person I feel like means that you are kind of on the whole time.
Mm,
And hopefully
yeah.
if you're the smartest person, maybe I'd rather be the wisest person in the room
Oh,
who
right.
could just sit and absorb everything and be able to have lots of fun conversations because of that.
Mhm. So I think that I'd rather be the funniest person in the room. I don't generally like to be the center of attention unless that's really what like my aim is, like, my birthday or something like that. But I feel like if you're the funniest person in the room, then probably you're going to be generally well liked and that people will want to talk to you and might come up to you. Um, and it would help you break the ice if you knew a good joke. And I don't think that I would be like falling down funny. I would maybe be quietly funny and
No
quietly be
slapstick
funny.
for you, huh?
Not on purpose. So I guess I don't want to be the funniest person in the room if it's slapstick because that means something's went terribly wrong with me and I am continuing to fall down. Ooh. Would you rather be able to run at 100 miles per hour or fly at 10 miles per hour?
Oh my gosh. Okay, assuming that you don't get tired,
Mhm. This
so
is
would
a
I
hard
rather it's really thought provoking, right?
one. Mhm.
I would love the option to get places quickly.
Mhm.
Um because I never feel like I have enough time.
Right, right. See, I'm thinking that we already have cars that if you're on the interstate, you're probably going about 70 miles per hour.
Mhm.
I know that's not quite 100 miles per hour, but you can already pretty well achieve that. I think I'd rather fly at 10 miles per hour because then I could fly. So,
I really would rather have the ability of teleportation so I could be wherever I wanted to be instantly.
oh, yes, that would be nice. See, I'm trying to think. I would still have to drive to my parents' house, but I could fly to see you. And I could fly, well, it would take a few hours for me to get to work, so maybe flying to work wouldn't be the best choice.
I left at 3 a.m. this morning just so I could be on time.
Don't don't look too much at my clothes. I think they got kind of cold and wet up in the atmosphere. Oh, well, the next category is icebreaker questions for high school students.
Oh no.
Oh, let's see. Well, what school subject was your favorite?
Oh, choir.
That's not surprising. Oh, I really liked all of my drama classes.
I was going to say followed closely by any theater classes and orchestra and yeah.
I did really like math. I liked all my business classes that I took in high school. I did take a couple of accounting classes in high school, which has led me down my career path. So, hmm.
I
Name one.
always
Oh, go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. I always
Oh no, go ahead.
enjoyed math class, but also, I mean, my core classes were fine. I always enjoyed English and math more than I enjoyed science and social studies or history.
Mm. Yeah, I'd say that that's the same with me too. Um, I really liked physics though, but that was mostly science math, so that was probably why.
I enjoyed
Uh,
physics.
I like history quite a bit. I it's just kind of a struggle for me. I have a hard time with remembering dates and the names of people. So it just wasn't I did fine. It just wasn't like something that I super excelled in. Um,
What I didn't like about history class is that we did the same sets of things over and over and over.
oh, right, right. That's understandable. Well, I think so. Behind the scenes, if you've seen a couple of different cuts, my internet has decided that it doesn't really want to work anymore. So I think we're going to go ahead and start wrapping it up. Do you want to show your progress for today, Laura? I've got like 2 stitches before I want to show my
I know
progress.
that I'm down to just finishing crossing a couple more here.
Right. See, this is the problem with cross stitches. It's always, oh, well, I just want to finish this little part. And then you get pulled into another little part and you just keep going.
So I finished the center section of my pumpkin and started the next section because if you remember, this is a huge pumpkin.
Ooh, it is a huge one.
I think it will be a lot of fun, and I may actually stop and go in and put in all of the lines between the sections.
Oh, yeah. So you don't have to count them out.
Yes, that would be much easier, but this is where I was during this, so I thought that'll be it. How about you?
So I managed all the way around.
Yay!
It's exciting.
That makes a
Now I
good
just have to keep
place,
it.
right?
So, yep. So that was 72 stitches. I'm working on Pattern Keeper, so that's how I know that. And each of the squares are 217. So,
Ooh, I was going to say, I can't tell you how many stitches I did. I did rows and rows and rows and rows and rows. That's what I know.
well, that's fine. I just know because if you have Pattern Keeper and you buy any of the Carolyn Mannings, it seems like they load into Pattern Keeper okay.
Yes. Oh, and Carolyn Manning keeps putting out beautiful patterns
I know
and
it.
has extended her sale through November. So you can get 25% off any of her charts. And if you go over $51 or more is what it is, then you get 50% off, which if you buy a few charts, then you'll figure out that you're really better to just go ahead. Go ahead, take the plunge, get them all.
Or at least get the first level of discount. That's what I did. I bought
There
like
you
3
go.
charts. So, and
So,
it's enough to keep me busy for a while.
so because you said that, I mean, I said I was starting mine last week, right?
Laura is obsessed with this. Every message I get from Laura is, here's today's progress. Should really be working on something else.
There it is. That's why I didn't have any of my whips done this week, because whoo, doggies, I'm liking this. And it has 18 colors and I have not hit them all yet,
Oh, so
but
pretty.
I'm loving it. And mine has these 9 patches
Mhm.
that are the little diamonds. And then there's this pattern that will carry through. You can kind of see it better here. It's longer.
Mhm.
It'll carry through and make a big diamond in the middle.
Yes.
These are
Oh,
all
that'll.
quilt patterns.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
and
I'm really excited to start mine because I'm going to start sea glass in January. I'm really excited to start
yes,
that.
but because Keisha's starting sea glass in January, I'm starting sea glass in January.
Laura wants 2 huge projects. That's
Oh, but wait, we've already decided that in July we're
we're
starting a
gonna
third one,
we're gonna do Ruby. So because
because
that's our
that's our
birthday.
birthstone.
Yes. So there's gonna be a lot of Carolyn Manning. Stay tuned for that. Laura and I were joking that we just love big projects because I've now just invaded Laura's party and I want to finish 33 things by the time I turn 34. Um, which is an easier goal than 59 by 60. Uh,
But
so
not if you only keep starting huge projects.
right, which is the problem because I started that one. I was like, well, if I do one of these squares every week and double up on a couple of weeks, then I could get that done by my birthday. I am incorrigible. That's my problem.
I wanted to say I showed this last week, this beautiful bag. So
Mm,
this is the inside of it, and this is the outside with the cute hedgehogs, which is why
yeah.
I put my hedgehog
Hmm.
needle minder on. My needle minder was from Ray, and I got it at the Black Needle Camp this summer. But these bags are made by Sheba Designs, and you can find her on Instagram and follow her there. Katie bought these from her Etsy store,
Oh,
and I
okay.
have another one which I really think is probably going to be the perfect color for sea glass.
Oh, nice. Well, now you just need one of those for all of your Carolyn Mannings, right?
Yeah. And I think it has raccoons. Um, yep, here he is.
Oh, so fun.
And it has that same inside.
Hmm.
So they're really nice bags and good sized. And my 8-inch hoop will fit in there. If I'm just going to leave it overnight, I will sometimes
Right.
leave it on there. But I think that'll be perfect colors for it.
Yes.
Then I need a ruby, right?
Right, right. I've pulled up the Etsy shop so that I can peruse after we get off.
Oh, awesome. And I know, because she sent me a lovely message, that she has also followed us on here.
Oh, hi. Your bags look lovely. I'm going to go peruse.
So, yes. And Katie bought all of the Tula Pink fabrics that she could find on there.
Mhm.
And it was so lovely because when they came, she got a little bonus item. And I'm going to say this, I think this is right. Her name is Melissa. She had taken scraps from all of the fabrics and made Katie a coaster.
Oh, that's fun.
It was so pretty. I really enjoyed it. So,
Mhm.
but they are Tula buddies. That's what they
Ah,
decided.
nice. Well, that's perfect.
So next week we'll probably be back with another floss tube and show
Mhm.
you. Maybe I will stay away from my Carolyn Manning piece and make some progress.
But she's not promising you guys anything.
Nope, nope, not doing it.
All right. Well, do you think we've rambled enough for one day?
Probably. And I'm sure, since you've already found the Etsy shop, that you'll be getting up to enough shenanigans for both of us.
Yep, probably so. So I guess all that's left to say is goodbye.
Bye.
Have a good week.